Hello, everyone. Ron Johnson here from L.T.L Tutoring Central, and welcome to the third lesson in the read-along series. In this lesson, it's a listening one. You can sit back, close your eyes, and just listen to me read the text, or you can read along. I'll show the text on the screen in just a moment. If you're not sure how the read-along series works, I will put a link below, so just look for that, and it's a video that will explain each step of the way for listening, reading, writing, and speaking. The speaking videos have been getting lots and lots of views, so I hope more of you will participate, and you can participate in the discussion speaking recording. You just have to let me know so I can send you the invite. So check out that video. I'll put a link to the website below as well, and also to some courses that you can check out on Udemy. If you want to know more about my personal courses that I do with students individually, and you get lots of feedback and help, you can just send me an email and let me know. Also, you can leave questions or comments in the down below if you're watching this on YouTube. Okay, so I am going to share my screen so that we can look at the text for this lesson. And it is a nonfiction text this time. Last time we did a fiction story. This time, this is a common lit text, so I will put a link below so that you can access this text for yourself to do the reading section. Remember, that's the second part. But for now, let's have a look together. Watch out, cell phones can be addictive. Too much dependence on your smartphone isn't smart. By Kathy-Ann Kowalski, 2014. Dr. James Roberts is marketing professor and the author of a study about cell phone addiction that appeared in the August 2014 Journal of Behavioral Addictions. Here, Kathy-Ann Kowalski of Science News for Students covers the results of his study. The average college student uses a smartphone for about 9 hours each day. That's longer than many of those students spend sleeping. In fact, such extended cell phone use shows that the technology could become an addiction, according to a new study. An addiction is a type of uncontrolled and unhealthy habit. It's well known that people can become addicted to drugs such as alcohol, narcotics, and the nicotine in cigarettes. What's not so well known, people can be addicted to behaviors, says James Roberts. He's a marketing professor at Baylor University in Waco, Texas. Roberts also was the lead author of the new study. It appears in the August Journal of Behavioral Addictions. Some cell phone users show the same symptoms that a drug addict might have, Roberts explains. Certain people use smartphones to lift their moods, and it may take more and more time on those phones to provide the same level of enjoyment. For such people, losing a phone or having its battery die could cause anxiety or panic. That's withdrawal, says Roberts. Too much phone use can interfere with normal activities or cause conflicts with family and other people, he adds. Yet despite these social costs, people may not cut back on their heavy phone use. Indeed, he says, people might be unable to stop on their own. The new study asked college students how much time they spent on different phone activities. It also asked them how much they agreed or disagreed with statements suggesting possible addiction. I spend more time than I should on my cell phone, said one such statement. I get agitated when my cell phone is not in sight, said another. Agitated means nervous or troubled. The more calls someone made, the more likely they were to show signs of addiction. The data also differed a bit for men and women. Among men, for instance, signs of a possible addiction showed a positive link or correlation with time spent on a Bible app and apps for reading books. As use of either app increased, so did the risk of addiction. Men's use of social media apps such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram also correlated with risk of addiction. Women were more likely to show signs of addiction if they often use Pinterest, Instagram, Amazon, or apps that let them use their phones like an iPod. Apps for the Bible, Twitter, Pandora, and Spotify showed an inverse correlation. That is, heavy use of those apps was linked to a lower risk of phone addiction. A correlation does not prove that one factor causes another, but those links can provide helpful clues. Roberts says the study's results point to the types of rewards each gender might seek from cell phone use. For instance, men use technology, cell phones in particular, more for entertainment and information, Roberts notes. Women use the phone more for maintaining and nurturing social relationships, he says. Those types of activities often take more time, and on average, women did use phones longer each day than men did. But simply because people use their phones a lot does not mean they were addicted. Tracy Ryan, a psychologist at Rimett University in Melbourne, Australia, she's also the lead author of a report on Facebook addiction in the same issue of the Journal of Behavioral Addictions. Withdrawal and excessive use are certainly two legitimate symptoms of addiction, she notes, but she adds they are not the only two that would be required for a diagnosis. Roberts agrees, however, he points out there isn't a good scale yet for measuring all of the factors behind cell phone addiction. Ryan makes a similar point about studies on Facebook addiction. Researchers have not always measured Facebook addiction using all of the accepted symptoms of addiction, she says. More consistent research is needed. Yet Ryan's effort offers insight into the main reasons why people use Facebook. Some want to interact with friends, some want to pass time, some want entertainment, and some people seek companionship. Any of these motivations might cause a lift in mood, which then leads to Facebook addiction, Ryan says. Someone might turn to Facebook to relieve loneliness, for example, but that person might use the site so much that it causes problems. The important point to take away from both studies is that technology use can become addictive for some people, says Ryan. As researchers keep asking questions, ask yourself some too. How much time do you spend with your phone or other technologies? What activities do you use them for and why? Do you use the technology when you should be paying attention in class or to other things? And how easily can you go a day or even a week without a phone or logging on to a social media or networking site? Remember, the researchers say technology helps when it's a tool, not when it is an unhealthy addiction. Okay, so there you have it. That is the text for this lesson, all about cell phones and to some extent social media. I'm just going to stop the share there for a moment. So that's an interesting topic, I think, and I am going to I'm going to put a link below with some questions, but I'm going to read the questions right now. I'm just going to find my, find my link here. I thought I had it up. There we go. And I will share my screen with you again. Just give me one moment here. Here we go. So these are the two questions that I'm proposing for you to think about, but also to write about if you're interested in doing the writing part of the series. Describe some other addictive behaviors that you are aware of in society. What are they, and how do they affect individuals and or society? And the second thought is, do social networking platforms make us more connected and happy, or do they separate us and create modern cliques? So those are the two questions or thoughts that I want you to think about and try to answer for yourself, or you can write it down. If you want feedback on the writing, you can send it to me and I will invoice you. That's the only part of the read along series that there is a small fee. But again, check out the video below and you'll know exactly how the steps work. Otherwise, everything is free. You can watch the videos, you can come and join in the discussion when we make that recording, and there's no fee for any of that. So I hope you're enjoying the series. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Obviously, put them below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell, which is beside the subscribe. When you click on subscribe, click the notification bell, and that way you'll know when there are new videos posted. So you can keep up with the series and with the other videos and blogs that come in between our read-along series. All right, it's Ron Johnson from L.T.L Tutoring Central. Keep learning and keep having fun. And until next time, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.